is of 14.
Yes, my lords, 2/11/14.
It's a case of double murder.
My lords, the second victim died 3 years after the incident, my lord. But
because of the injuries?
It could be attributed to
3 days?
3 years. 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, my lords, 3 years.
What was the nature of the injury?
Bullet injury.
Bullet injury. How many are before us?
Only one.
What is the role attributed to this?
There are with respect to 4 of them are said to have borne firearms, and those are the 4 people who have been denied bail by the High Court, my lords.
The petitioner is undergoing life imprisonment for the offence punishable under section 302 of the IPC. He is undergoing sentence past almost 10 years. His appeal of the year 2022 against the judgment and order of conviction passed by the trial court is pending before the High Court of Allahabad. Good point. Having regard to the fact that the appeal is of the year 2022 and there is no likelihood of the appeal being heard in near future. Impleadment is in jail since. Having regard to the fact that the appeal is of the year 2022 and there is no likelihood of the appeal being taken up in near future, we are of the view that the substantive order of sentence of life imprisonment deserves to be suspended till the final disposal of this appeal, till the final disposal of the appeal pending before the High Court. Good point. Next. The petitioner, but we'll have to hear the other side. अच्छा ये निकाल दो. Issue notice. Having regard to the fact that the petitioner is undergoing life imprisonment past more than 10 years, he is ordered to be released on bail, subject to terms and conditions as may be imposed by the trial court. So,
okay. 26. Say NDP matters towards commercial quantity, my lords. The bail has been granted by Karnataka High Court, my lords.
you want us to cancel the bail?
My lords, we are on the point, my lords, that the quantity here, my lords, that alprazolam tablets are 1,000.
What is the ground on which the High Court has released him on?
But that the quantitative taste is not there. The tablet may contain impurity, my lords. The total weight may not be commercial.
Hello.
Next matter, delay conversion.
27. The question of law may be kept.
What question of law?
Because there are the judgment for 2020 which says, my lords, that it is to be taken into consideration along with the
Doesn't it? Law. Next. Yes.
27.
My lords, if I may. My lords, this is a matter which is between a husband and a wife.
Right.
And the whole matter is revolving around the fact that perhaps that the wife is belonging to an affluent family, and unfortunately or fortunately she's been married with the petitioner, and now she has to live either as Nagari or for a small time of within the year she might have to go to the village which is situated in southern Madhya Pradesh. Now, my lords,
What is the criminal case number?
Criminal case number, my lords, 1731.
Which court?
My lords, High Court of Honorable High Court of Sorry?
Yes. Your clients will be put to trial in a particular court.
My lords,
Which is that court?
that would be JMFC, Khandwa.
Khandwa. Where is this Khandwa?
My lords, in the state of Madhya Pradesh.
What is the criminal case number?
It says, my lords, RCT number 1719 of 2022.
What is this RCT number?
And the FIR number in file number, that's 12.
What is RCT number?
Regular criminal complaint, my lords.
What is RCT?
I think that it pertains to the domestic violence case and a criminal complaint.
Because my lords, it's IPC read with the Dowry Act.
But this, in the meantime, the further proceedings of RCT number so-and-so arising from FIR number so-and-so pending in the court of so-and-so shall remain stable. Yes.
28.
My lords, this is a family of 6 people, my lords, and I'm seeking protection, my lords. They have come from Bareilly, staying in Delhi from past 4 months, my lords.
What type of protection?
My lords, we are regularly receiving calls, and there is an apprehension. There may be an attack on us, and there may be threat to our lives, my lords. I've left my home for my entire family and I, my wife, my young daughter, her husband, and my sons. Two of them are minor and one is young, my lord.
But who is calling you up?
My lords, we are receiving calls from police personnel also, and we are receiving calls from some unknown phone numbers as well, my lords.
For what?
My lords,
What have you done?
I have made complaints, my lords. I've also made a complaint here.
Complaints against whom?
My lords, what had happened was, my lords, that my son, who's a minor, he was forced into marriage with one of the neighbor's daughter, who's also a minor. To which
Why have you invoked 32?
My lords,
You have gone to the
my lords, the
high court.
difficulty is this. I've been receiving calls from UP. There's a threat from the police there. I am here in this jurisdiction.
Okay, we believe you that you are being threatened. But what is so special that you have invoked the jurisdiction of this court under Article 32? You could have gone, you could have preferred a petition under Article 226 before the High Court of Delhi.
My lords, I bow down to that too.
Delhi, na?
My lords, the only difficulty is I am a resident of UP who has come down to Delhi. My lords, the jurisdiction of the Delhi High Court is limited to the territorial jurisdiction of this state. My home is in Bareilly. If I have to go back,
You may be a resident of Bareilly, but if you are at present in Delhi,
yes, my lord.
if the threats are being administered to you in Delhi, your life is in danger while being in Delhi, and the authorities who are threatening you are also in Delhi,
And in
then why High Court of Delhi will have
That's because I'm also getting calls from state of UP, the police personals there, and I have to go back. I'm a family.
किसी और रहेगा और एक पे आप रहेंगे.
State of UP is
We are not-
a necessary party, my lord.
not convinced with the matter which you have projected before us.
My lords, it involves the jurisdiction of 2 states, and therefore I have come before my lords. Had it been confined only to Delhi or either UP, my lords, I would have not come before my lords. I would
And
have
you just see the relief, issue a writ of mandamus, any appropriate writ, order or direction to the respondents to ensure the safety, liberty and protection of the petitioners and not to take any coercive action against them or for other directions.
My lords,
Blanket, absolutely omnibus.
my lords, I'll confine my relief. Only the family members. It's a family of 6. Wife.
Why are y'all being chased? Convince us now. What is a good reason?
My lords,
Why are y'all being harassed?
My lords, we are being harassed. What happened? My neighbor's minor daughter, they wanted her to get married to my minor son, who's also a party here before my lords, to which I refused. I had to leave my entire family leave from there with my entire family and come to Delhi. 4 months I have been here, just because I refused to marry my minor son. That's the only reason.
You approach Delhi High Court, you file a petition there.
My lords, even if I do that,
Having heard the learned counsel appearing for the petitioners and having gone through the materials on record, we are of the view that the petitioners should invoke the writ of sanction. High Court of Delhi, under Article 226 of the Constitution, and seek appropriate relief. Good point. We clarified that we have otherwise not gone into the merits of the matter. We are of the view that the petitioners could not have invoked the jurisdiction of this court under Article 32 of the Constitution. Next matter.
Deeply agree. 29. So I'm appearing for the respondent for court statements.
Your Lordship, I appear for the petitioners. The main counsel is on his legs before the Honorable High Court. May kindly grant a passover.
No Passover today, ma'am. What is this matter?
This is the same matter for grant of sanction, my lords, flowing from Shankar and Mohitra's judgment, my lords. It was heard on the last occasion. Respondent number 1 wasn't present, my lords.
I'm appearing virtually. I'm unwell, so I'm appearing virtually, Your Lordship. I sincere apologies for not being there on the last day.
Who is he? Who is he?
My lords, he's appearing for the complainant, my lords.
Nee.
My petitioners are accused, my lords.
They are police officers.
Police officials, my lords.
Okay. And Mr. Mukherjee appears for?
So the
De facto complainant.
De facto complainant.
Fine. And what was this revision application before the High Court?
Because it was regarding the grant of bailable warrants, my lords, by the lower court. Against that, the complainant had come to the High Court, my lords.
For what? For getting the bailable warrants?
Executed. The complainant had come, my lords.
Okay, complainant came.
My lords.
So there are warrants issued against the
Police officials, my lords.
and they are not being executed.
My lords.
So what did the High Court do?
My lords, in the meanwhile, considering the fact that there was a government notification, my lords, regarding applicability of Section 197, which required prior sanction for prosecution against police officials, my lords, the High Court applies that.
Allegations basically.
Plus, the allegation was on the day of polling, my lords, the husband of the complainant, my lords, was injured in a mob attack because there was a conflict between two political parties. The story of the prosecution is that.
What is the story against the police officials?
My lords, the story of the version of the complainant is that the 3 police officials who were the accused, my lords, including the ACP who's now been discharged because of want of prosecution, my lords, they got hold of him and they beat him to death. That's the story of the complainant. Whereas, my lords, there's a parallel version which states that, my lords, there was a conflict between 2 political parties at the polling booth. By the time the police arrived, my lords, there was a bomb explosion. Some people jumped into the nearby pond to evade that conflict.
And there they got drowned.
He got injured, my lords. He hit his head to the curb of the pond. That's what the FSL also says, my lords.
Our argument is that in the absence of any valid sanction, they cannot be prosecuted. They cannot be put to trial.
Yes, please.
Right? That's
Yes.
and you are supporting the
We have denied the sanction for prosecution.
Right.
There was a subsequent notification. Initially,
now the trial court has summoned them.
my lords.
Correct?
Because the trial court has summoned them, my lords. Against that, my lords, against one summons, my lords, they came to the High Court for quashing, which was quashed. There was a prior order of summoning as well. They went. The complainant went to the learned CJM saying that at least that warrant order has to be executed. The CJM said nothing doing because now there is an order of the government saying that 197 prosecution also applies to inspector and lower ranks, my lords. Against that, the complainant went to the revision court, my lord, the High Court, and the High Court, my lord, said that since the government order of the state extending 197 to the officers of the rank of inspector and below is not retrospectively applicable, therefore the petitioners.
Ms. Sharma,
Yes.
Ms. Sharma,
Yes.
if you have declined sanction under 197 as briefed by the complainant, correct?
Yes, been the case of the petitioners.
Even in the absence of sanction, trial court can say, for the present I am taking cognizance. In the midst of the trial also, if I find that no sanction is required, I can stop the trial and ask if you obtain the sanction. Now, what has the complainant done so far as state declining to grant sanction?
Nothing.
Complainant has not taken any steps.
Prosecution denial has not been challenged by the complainant. Because
So now, there are two petitioners before us, right?
Millards.
They both are now sought to be prosecuted for the offence punishable under
Millards under section 302 Millards. Under
And
148, 149.
who was Shankaran Moitra, their
Millards-
superior.
Yes, Millards. He was the ACP Eastern Division at that point in time, Millards. Since one has
These two officers
Millards.
were a part of the team
Millards.
that was elected by Moitra.
Millards. Petitioner one was the officer in charge of the prosecution.
Allegations against one are at par with these two.
Millards.
Yes, Mr. Mukherjee, what do you have to say? 2 minutes.
Your Lordship, I have been suffering for the last 12 years. Lordship, my husband died.
Come to the point, the neat question of law is raised.
It cannot be retrospective in
Okay, chalo.
According to me.
For the time being, we proceed on the footing that this notification cannot be applied with retrospective effect.
absolutely, Your Lordship.
Tell us, how will it not attract 197?
My Lord, 197 clearly lays down the rules by which a person can be prosecuted, a government servant can be prosecuted.
You tell us why the judgment in Shankaran Moitra will not come to their rescue.
My Lord, the judgment in Shankaran Maitra was at a time when the notification by the state of West Bengal was not there.
Forget about that notification. Okay, Acha, your argument is that 197 on the face of it was not there.
Yes.
Petitions were not
Okay.
to the rank of inspector.
The superior who was covered in your notification got the benefit. These people were subordinates, same set of allegations. They are sought to be put to trial. Arguments concluded, judgment reserved. Will you all do one thing? Will you all give some
We had on the last date of occasion given a list of dates, Millards, I'm carrying extra copies.
submissions?
Millards,
The
please
form of
dates.
Acha.
Millards, don't we prepare submissions if Millards may.
Okay. The learned counsel appearing for the respective parties shall submit their written submissions by 4th of November 2024.
Grateful, Millards.
Grateful, Your Lordship.
Just one thing, whether here the cognizance was taken before the notification or after.
Before the notification, Millards. Any procedural notification has to be retrospectively irrespective whether it mentions or not, Millards.
Item 30, Lord, other side is submitted data, they want to, my lord, I appear for the respond number 1, my lord. I wish to file counter in this.
After 4 weeks. Sure.
Grateful, obliged, Lord.
21.
This comes to your lordship after this. There are two aspects. One is, my lords, my application which is listed. One is a procedural aspect which we need to, my lords, I need to point out. I have filed an application for impleadment of Kotak, which is the bank, my lords, to whom the loan has been assigned by PNB. Now the background is this. The entire money was disbursed by PNB, my lords, directly to Unitech in one go. I obtained a decree, my lords, from the NCDRC, where the NCDRC directed Unitech, my lords, to refund the money to the developer, the bank, PNB.
Yeah, keep it after it.
very well.
We have not seen the map.
No problem. This application may be allowed, Miloj, of impleadment of Kotak, Miloj, because the loan is now assigned.
Any objection?
Miloj, that is, and I appear for R1, which is united. Miloj, in fact, my lord says use of that matter, Miloj, before Honorable Court 1B.
Impleadment application allow करती जी कोई बात नहीं.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Good luck.
What is this?
Not 33, but this is a situation not where the High Court in the exercise jurisdiction under latest patents appeal in a 220 arising out of a 227 matter, and thereafter passes directions in relation to an investigation which is not in its season. So this is the issue not we are here for. And I must just point out, Lord,
Who are you?
but I am the person, Lord, who is running a school there right now, Lord. There was land which was allotted to certain people.
So what
There-
have you done?
Lord, I bought the land and I'm running an institution there.
Why 406,
But that's
409?
I'll tell you, Lord, that's against the original lottery, but because they say that the allotment to the original lotteries was bad.
So what is the case against you?
I'm sorry, Lord.
What is the case against you?
I'll tell you, Lordship, Lord. Not what happened was there is a land which is not people who were displaced persons, Lord.
It is
They were
at the stage
entitled to
of-
get land.
Charge sheet is fine.
Lord, charge sheet is not yet filed. Charge sheet is not yet filed. Lord, this is in a civil. This is a civil matter. This is a civil.
Who has stated?
This honorable court has passed an order of status quo.
What is at the stage of notice?
Status quo. Now, Lord, status quo.
Status quo is that now it's 2018 there is a status quo.
Yes.
So Mr. Luthra,
Yes.
if you are protected, we'll take it up after.
Because where there is a difficulty, we have moved an application for clarification of that order whereby the status quo has been passed.
What clarification?
Charge sheet has not been accepted by the trial court, Malas. Since 2020, we are ready with the charge sheet, but because of the order of this honorable court, Malas, they have not assailed that criminal side of the aspect.
Then what have they assessed?
They have assailed. There are two findings in this impugn order, Malas. One is pertaining to the land. That land has been reverted back to the government, Malas, and immediate possession has been said to be taken by the government. Second is that re-investigation should be done. Now, pursuant to that re-investigation, Malas, we are ready with the charge sheet.
Who prayed for reinvestigation?
So out of the court passed that order, Malas.
Acha, okay. Under 173A.
No, Honorable High Court passed the order under the LPA jurisdiction.
And what happened after that order of reinvestigation?
The charge sheet is ready, Malas, but the court is not accepting because there is a status quo order by this honorable court.
We'll see. We'll take a call.
Grateful, Malas. A short date, Malas, if I'm asked. I'll leave it.
34. Grateful.
So on 27th September, Lordships had asked for some constructive responses of both the examination board as well as the central government. Lordships had also requested the additional Solicitor General to assist. Now, Your Lordships, we have been given this short affidavit which has been filed by the Undersecretary, Ministry of Health. And most characteristically, basically the ball is being shuttled between the authorities. And what we are praying for, Your Lordships, is that in NEET PG, Your Lordships, the information memorandum is not published. And there is no SOP how the examination has to be conducted. And Your Lordships will kindly also take note of the fact that several states have also not been able to continue with their counseling.
Answer key was published or not?
Your Lordships, as far as the answer key is published, concerned, I don't think they've published it.
Because I appear for the National Board of Examinations.
They were not published.
No, my lords. We had specifically stated so in our information bulletin that answer sheets will not be given. The reason being, my lords, these are super speciality exams at the post-graduation level. And my lords,
Not objective type.
questions are very limited, my lords.
Are they objective type or not?
Yes, my lords. Objective and very limited at that stage. Appropriate difficulty level questions are so limited. And my lords, if we start giving questions and the answer sheets every year, within 3 years, all our questions will go. And then, my lords, it will become very difficult for us to. Lordship,
My lords, I'm appearing in 34.1, my lords.
Curve marks and
Tell us one thing.
yes, Your Lordships.
This has something to do with the exam of which year?
This is postgraduate for 2024.
Because one petition is for this year.
This year,
One petition is for the counselling for this year, which is 34.3 before your lordships. All other petitions starting from 34, 34.1, 34.2 are for the earlier years.
because the procedure from the past years. One second, I'll just clarify, because the procedure from past years has not been transparent. So this issue comes up.
You have been able to examine your answer sheets under the RTI Act.
Your lordships have not given. In fact, there is.
So did you apply under the RTI Act?
Which
Because there are no answer sheets that way. Because there are objective type questions and computer based, and the checking is also done by the computer.
Online.
On.
There is no there is no.
No human element involved.
there is a bar for me asking it. In fact, there is
Yes,
a penal consequence.
That's a
for
precondition
asking
for it. To take it.
So this issue of transparency has been existing for the last 2 years, which your lordships are.
There are judgments on that also, because we are covered by it.
We'll have to hear this matter.
Yes, your lordships. May I, in the meanwhile, request your lordships
Text to appear online, Milords, for
Yes.
34 and 34.1.
Yes.
Milords, we have filed, in fact, a detailed syllabus to show that how the argument that the questions are limited.
Notify this matter on any NMD day for final disposal.
Please,
Please,
These are completed.
please, your lord.
Lordships,
Yes,
they
sir.
complete, but I would say they are not to the satisfaction, because they have to give some constructive
Because
input.
we have filed a very detailed.
We can give those suggestions. We can circulate.
Because Union of India has not filed a very detailed reply, but we filed.
You all keep your notes ready,
Very good.
Please, we
all aspects.
Very good.
We'll hear you all for some time,
Very good.
and then we'll see what best we can.
But because Union of India's presence would be masked, because they are not present today also. Because counselling, etc. is done by them. We are only exam holding body.
Union of India is sitting right here.
I thought I would just telling my husband, I hope I don't get dragged. Yes, but I
Will you take notice?
have to.
Is someone appearing for?
The lordships have already filed a reply.
Yes,
My friends,
So they are appearing. They probably may not be here today.
so we don't want to duplicate requests. I mean, there's a AST
Lordships
already.
had requested the learned AST to.
Whoever is appearing,
Yes, your lordship.
just
I'll get
speak to your colleague that we'll take it up on the next date.
Maybe request for.
He will, my court master.
Very good.
35.
Replies it.
Lordship.
I was 35.
Lordship, this is a contempt matter.
Because there is no interim order on.
Lordship,
So
repeated undertakings
I
by the law officer.
One at a time.
and make a solution. Because there are a number of contempt petitions saying that the order has not been complied with.
Which order? Which order?
Well, this is the order of the court.
These are contempt proceedings.
Lordship, contempt proceedings and
Against the Union of India.
Yes.
against the Union
On the
of
ground,
India
on the ground,
Undertaking.
we have not